Hello, dear human family. It's good to have you here, and I wanted to give a short update on things because I didn't get to actually holding my promise that I made last week to deliver a Navigating the Matrix with Natural Law Principles show this Friday, and unfortunately, there were circumstances that kept me from producing that show. However, I promise that I will produce that show tomorrow, or if I don't make it tomorrow, on Tuesday. But I most certainly am going to push to to have a show done as of tomorrow. And it's really profound. I wanted to give a little bit of an insight also why I didn't create a show this week. And there's been some major insights happening in my mind, in my heart. There's been some absolutely interesting things happening. Like for example, I went for a walk on Thursday, and if you want to get an understanding of the solution of what it takes in these very intense times where the control system is moving and pushing further and further along the path of complete control, I just recommend to get out into nature and really tune in to that very, very interesting energy that's out there. I had some absolutely profound experiences as I was out in nature somewhere in the mountains here in Austria on Thursday, and it's just my perception is has really changed. And when you also look at how the Schumann resonance, the pulse of the planet, how it is shifting right now, and we had a major shift as of on the 5th of May. Then you just go out into nature and tune into that. You see, one of the things that is becoming more and more clear in my awakening experience is that what we call the awakening and transformation is something that is happening totally natural, and we actually don't have to do that much or search that much, but just we have to we just need to let it happen. And if you want to find the solution to this craziness, and whatever you're going through right now, I'm going through some points, where I'm thinking like, oh God, this is a breakdown, and this cycle keeps repeating. Actually, something that feels like a breakdown is a breakthrough. Breakdown is breakthrough. Breakdown is breakthrough. This is like happening like crazy right now, as I've never experienced it before. And I've got a very interesting show lined up for you. I had a theme for the show already before this weekend, but things have shifted in a major way. So I'll have to see what wants to come through me, because you see, when you watch the Navigating the Matrix series and you start from episode 1, there is certain themes that you can pick up on that keep coming up, and I would suggest that these are the most important things to focus on, from my perspective, as I'm only sharing you my perspective as a conspiracy theorist. No, I've my from where I'm coming from, has really shifted over the years, and I have been researching this control system since 10 years. And over the years, my perspective of things have always shifted. They've always changed, and I've always tried to integrate the most cutting edge of information that I come across. Because what I do is I research things, I read books, I listen to things just as all of us do, and I just drop things, that don't serve me anymore. I don't leave anything out, and say, oh, this is too dark for me. I've looked into all topics like Satanism into pedophilia and everything. I've studied a lot of different aspects of this control system, as one does, when you read the books by David Icke. There's not many things that he doesn't touch upon. However, it has crystallized more and more for me over the past 2 years to really get a strong grip and understanding about natural law principles and about heart-based intelligence, and how that changes the perception of the entire situation. What I've realized is that it's the basic foundation, basic knowledge, where most people haven't yet come to a proper understanding. Not only understanding, but actually having an anchor, to have that knowledge anchored in one's being. Because it's one thing gaining knowledge, the next part is processing that knowledge, and you have the knowledge anchored when you complete the Trinity and the Trinity process, as I go into the shows, of actually acting according to the knowledge you've received. As I often say, not knowledge is power, but the use, and only the use of knowledge is power. And I've got some, like, there is a huge quickening happening right now, and all I can say is I'm hugely optimistic no matter what's happening right now. However dark it may seem, once you go full circle with what's going on here right now and really step into your power outside of the victim, perpetrator, and savior triangle, because we are not victims of what's happening. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and all of these people, they have no power over me and my experience of reality. And that's what I'm sharing with the Navigating the Matrix series, is to get a proper grip on reality and transforming that reality with a proper grip and understanding of the natural law principles by which this universe is governed by. And that is something that I teach, and I only teach what I learn, as I keep saying. It's an unfolding process. That's why I say, I'm not the expert telling you how to do things and telling you what to do. No, it's none of my business to tell you what to do. And as David Icke beautifully shared in his interviews, one man cannot change the world, but a man can share the information that can change the world. It is always information that changes everything. Information changes perception, and perception changes reality. Those are the fundamental principles I go into. And so I wanted to give you a quick update. I'm feeling really good. I've had some intense days, as I said, and unfortunately I didn't make it to do the show, but I will give you a show as of tomorrow. I'm very confident that I can make it. I've not started yet putting the presentation together. That also always takes, although it's pictures I put in there, but to order them, and to write text, it takes me 10 hours each week to put the presentation together and to deliver it also. It takes half a day in total. But I can guarantee to you that you'll see another episode of Navigating the Matrix with Natural Law Principles as of tomorrow, and really latest, on Tuesday. So stay tuned there. I've also got an announcement to make, and I'm just incredibly excited. These are very powerful times, and if you think, we can't make it, I'm the guy to tell you that we have already made it. We have already made it. And now it's up to us to tune our perception to truth and experience. the reality that we've already made it, and we're here to experience how we are going to make it. I don't know how this process continues, but I feel in my heart that it is going to happen. And as Friedrich Nietzsche said, the ones who could hear the music and dance to the music were seen as crazy by those who couldn't hear the music. The awakening is a signal that you decode, and to decode that signal ever clearer is to do what is necessary to get into your heart soul essence. We can only solve this situation from inside out. The only thing I have to say at the end of this video is this whole thing can never be changed from the outside in. So don't be too distracted by what's happening in the outside there, and focus on the inside. The matrix is only in your mind. And when we activate heart soul intelligence, we change the program and we change everything. So I'm looking forward to continuing this ride with you together, and it's great to have you on this ride. And we're doing this. We are doing this. Alright. Stay tuned. I wish you all the best and a wonderful start to the new week as of tomorrow. Cheers.